Welcome back everybody to another video. As you can tell from the title, we are wrapping a car today. No, it's not the Subaru. It's actually this thing right over here. Alright guys, here is the car in question. 2013 Mitsubishi Evo X. And let me just say, it is beautiful. It is gorgeous in white, to say the least. And I'm also kind of fangirling on the fact that I have an Evo X and I have a Subaru STI in my garage. It's just, I don't know, these are two super cool, awesome, well-built Japanese machines. Competed in the WRC.
Working hard. He wants 3 points from this special stage.
Well, not these specifically, but you know what I'm saying. These cars are awesome. They're machines, man. They are some serious machines, and I'm just fangirling on the fact that they're here in my garage, and I get to work on it. I'm super excited. As for the wrap, it is not your normal, fully wrapped car. Instead, it's a very unique style that I don't think I've ever seen before. I'm not going to give it away just yet, guys. You're going to have to stay with me on this journey on this one. It's a very unique style, and I think it'll look super nice on the Evo X, and you guys will see that. So I already did the first step, which is to wash the thing. Hence the beautifulness of this Evo X in white. It's just super clean now. First things first, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start on the fender right over here, because that's where I feel the strongest right now to start out with. And so we're going to have to remove the side marker, and we're going to have to remove the fender vent over here. Shouldn't be too much of an issue, and then we can get to vinyl wrapping. This is where we are right now. I removed the fender vent as well as the side marker. Very easy to remove the side marker. You just need to push it back and pull out. That's one little clip holding it. The fender clips, on the other hand, just need a little bit of wiggling, and then you will need to reach in from the splash guard. Reach your hand in around just to release the last two clips so you don't snap those, and that'll come right off. I cleaned up all the gunk that was around because there was a good amount of gunk that built up from there. Now I'm working on taking off the front bumper because I think I'm going to have to remove the headlight as well, because that is very nice thin line, and I want to be able to have the wrap get tucked inside. Update: I got the front bumper finally removed. That's off. I went ahead and I loosened up the headlight. Now we have space to tuck the vinyl behind the fender, because this headlight was really uptight against the fender, so we had to loosen that up to get the wrap in there. Now the fender has been as loose as it can be. I'm going to go ahead and finally start wrapping. Wrap's right there, fender's right over here, nice and clean, so let's not waste any more time and hit this bad boy up. Alright guys, here it is, finally finished up this first component here. As you can see, I put on the side marker back on, and as well as the fender vent. And let me just say, this vinyl is actually really nice. I like this. At first I wasn't a huge fan of this, but after seeing it on the car itself, it's beautiful. I like it. I like it. Alright, so for those of you who are trying to get into the vinyl wrapping, a good chunk of it is prepping the car. Now I don't mean clay barring it or washing it. I mean, yeah, you have to do that, but when I mean prepping it, I mean taking it apart, taking bits and pieces apart for having that nicer finish as opposed to leaving those parts on and try to cut around it. It just doesn't work out, and it's a lot harder in the end, and the end product isn't that great either. So you have to take apart the bits and pieces of whatever component you're wrapping in order to have that nice clean finish. I'll show you guys in a minute what I did here. Doesn't it look like this face is trying to wink at me? Alright, update. So I removed that that cloth, I don't know what you would call that, heat shield, cover, I don't know what it is, but it's a bunch of push clips holding that in. Once you remove that, I had access to all of this, but before you can get to the hood scoop, you have to remove that thing. That's the metal heat shield. That's just a bunch of, a few bolts, I think. And then you have access to the scoop itself, which is a couple of 10mm bolts and a couple of push clips. And then I also removed one of the hood vents over here. That was also the same, couple of 10mm bolts and a few push clips. That's all right here. See that? Vent, hood scoop. You'll notice that I only removed one of the hood vents. This is staying on. Reason being, guys, is because we are vinyl wrapping this thing right down the middle. This side's going to get wrapped. This side is going to stay OEM paint. A random observation with these hood vents is that they seem to be more for aesthetics. If we flip it around, you'll see this metal plate right here, and this kind of blocks the vents from any heat escaping from the engine bay. So that leads me to believe that this is just for aesthetics. However, I was reading up online, and I saw that a couple of people removed this metal backing plate so that these vents can actually function, and that they'll see a bunch of heat just pour out of these at a stoplight. However, the downside is when it rains, you're going to have one dirty engine bay. Back on the subject of prepping the car. I'm currently on the hood portion right now. Let's go ahead and take a closer look here. As I stated before, I have the middle hood scoop removed as well as one of the hood vents removed. Now remember, we are wrapping this thing straight down the middle, hence why I didn't touch this vent or touch that nozzle. But I removed this windshield washer nozzle because now we have a smooth surface to work with. Now for those of you wondering, quickly look under here. You'll need some pliers in order to pull out the nozzle itself, and then following the actual hose, you'll find one of the connectors, and that just pries right off. Gotta do it nice and easily so you don't tear anything. And then, voila! You get a nice flat surface to work with, making vinyl wrapping so much easier and getting a way, way nicer result as opposed to keeping it on and trying to just wrap around it. That doesn't work. I've tried it on my Subaru and I messed up badly, so, you know, you live and you learn. Guys, that is going to cut it for part 1 on vinyl wrapping the Mitsubishi Evolution 10. I know we only did one part, and that's because prepping the car takes a lot of time. You need to do things gently. You don't want to, you're taking apart a car, you don't want to break clips. And remember, these things, they're Japanese cars, so it's a lot of plastic clips everywhere. I can say that because this thing was literally held on by a bunch of plastic clips. So you got to be very gentle and you got to be very careful. That's why prepping the car takes so much work. But as I said before, guys, it makes the job worth it. The final result will come out way better. So with that said, guys, be sure to subscribe, stay up with the update. I'm gonna keep working on the car and do a part 2. Half the car is being wrapped, guys. You already know that though. And my goodness, it's looking pretty good. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe as always. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Take care.